So at this point, there was a warrant out for my husband for the assault. And one day we had an argument in the home again. And because I was so fearful of what may happen, I called the police because I didn't know what was about to go down. I didn't know, at this point, he's been so angry. I'll put a little note in here to let you know he was on the verge of purchasing hotels. The deal fell through because someone underhanded him. He was very depressed. It was just nothing was going the way he wanted it to go. And unfortunately, sometimes when things don't go our way, we often take it out on our loved ones. So the police were called. They came to the house. Because he had a warrant, they went ahead and arrested him for the domestic assault. Okay. So at this point, I'm battling. I'm like, I really don't want to stay here. I want to be around my family. My family lives in New Jersey. I'm in South Carolina. So while he was away, my friend that lived in South Carolina helped me pack up all my things. I stayed with her for maybe a couple of days. After that point, I had another friend who lived in Delaware, and me and my kids drove up with my one friend who had a bigger truck, and it was all packed out with our things, and we got a U-Haul hitch, and we drove to Delaware to start our lives all over. I was able to be around family. It was at this point that I was ready to rebuild and start fresh in my life. And God was working on my heart as far as forgiveness. I was in a lot of emotional, mental pain. My kids had to kind of, feel their way. They went to counseling just to deal with the fact, because it is very traumatic when your parents separate, let alone separate for domestic violence. Before we even moved to South Carolina, the police had set me up with a program for, ladies that had dealt with domestic violence. They put me in a hotel for some time. And they were able to give me resources for the counseling for the kids. And then after that, my friend helped me pack up my stuff. And then that's when I went to Delaware. So here we are in Delaware, getting ready to rebuild our lives.